I'm not gonna lie, you guys. The uncles I work with, they don't tell you what to do. You just watch, and if you don't do what they do, they slap you. And then after this, they wow, what is that for? He's like, you dummy, why you putting them on the ground for? That's our food. You see me putting them on the ground, and no, uncle, but we don't need, we don't need that. But that's how the kupunas was. It wasn't ringing.
That's how people learn quick, though.
Bruh. I'm gonna go right by the source of the water, yeah? This is the most nutrient, so the mana of this corner, yeah, naturally because of more water, the lepo is richer. So we're gonna plant our thoughts and our intentions. What are those thoughts and intentions? The reality is that exactly what we're doing here is what we need to be doing with the city and the state of Hawaii, is using lands that are actually fallow and accessing water that is currently not being used for community food security. And it is so important. We not talk about this next year as something that we miss, but that next year we're actually eating the fruits of our labor. People continually say, where's the farmers? Nobody wants to be a farmer. I don't know if you can tell, but behind me, not one single person is complaining. It's the sound of people working together, doing what everyone says nobody wants to do. And why are they doing it? They're doing it. One, it's an important food source that we are going to share to sustain our families. Two, we are keeping ancestral heirloom varieties of kalo going. The difference between kalo and other plants is that the only way to save the seed stock is by never stop planting them. And you have to care for them, because once the mature corn is overripe, it begins to rot and it will actually kill the family. What we're doing here today is critically important for our food system and for the future survival of our unique heirloom genetic. The third thing that's very important is we get to practice the values of working together, of having compassion, understanding, and love, not just for our own families, but for families of our friend and extended community. This happens, Ohana happens when we work together. Yeah, the root word, hana. Yeah, it's very, very important in this time that we remember that regardless of if we look different, being on an island, we are connected like family. That we each and every one of us impact each other, whether through positivity or otherwise. We are role models for each other's children. They're watching what we're doing and how we're acting and where we're putting our energy and investment in. The time has come for us to have a greater value than money. Yeah, we need money, or do we really need everything that you purchase with money? If we can have a strong, secure food system without the exchange of money, is that more valuable to the future generations of Hawaii? Is being able to create our own independent economy powered by our land being healthy? To me, that is worth more than money, and that is what I'm talking about, and that is why it's important for you to stand behind the farmers. If you don't have a gripe, hear our cry for help, to sustain and feed the community for future generations. This is how our ancestors did it, and this is how we can once again do it. But it requires all of us to come together to recognize that food sovereignty is our unity cry. You hear that? Because everybody, no matter who you are, will be hungry. For some of you farmers out there, you guys know how it is when you deal with different elements. On the outside of our patches were dry, and so the taro just matured faster than the inside. So here we are 5 months in, and hey, take a look, bro. This is a beautiful 5-month kalo. Grown primarily in mulch, using some of our Aloha organic solutions. We planned 2,000 just for us. This is the 2,000 right here on the other side.
That's right.
Yeah, bro. Fucking blessing.
With these guys.
Got ass uncle?
Oh, it's the kind.
Look like Moy.
Yeah, I got it from Roots Kali, the kalo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think they said they get it from Kale.
Kale! I know all of them.
Yeah.
This is good kalo then.
Yeah. I think whole life, I think she said.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we know all of them.
I'm pretty sure that's what they said. But yeah, nice. You know that, bro.
Yes,
We're gonna talk a little bit about dryland kalo farming. It's a beautiful specimen. I believe Mana Laulua. When we look at this taro, and we reference it in the maturity, what we'll see is that in 5 months, this was the size of it from planting. Now, what I've recognized when you plant in mulch is that depending on how fast the mulch breaks down will determine the depth of your kalo. So in this case, we probably should have planted it deeper because it was already coming out of the dirt at about this height here. For taro maturity, it's really important. You have to observe your kalo. It'll give some certain signs. One of the signs is, if you'll notice right behind me, you can see that the taro is shorter here than the taro right next to it. Yeah, and that shrinkage is a clear indication that the energy is going from the leaf structure into the corm. Upon inspecting the taro and pulling one, what we'll find is that you see the hips here? This is in the growth pattern. In the beginning, it gets big. Yeah, and then as it begins to mature, it rounds off. And I like to use the term hips. When I see that the taro has hips and that it's coming out of the ground, that's also an indication that we should check to see if it's right. Now, in the dry land, preparing for home use and or market, what we've learned is that you want to clean off some of this biomass for two major reasons. One, this is where the root microbes are and that you want to return those right back into the patch. The second part is this is the inspection where you go and see these little pockets here. I'm going ahead and I'm just cleaning out the pocket and I'm checking the quality of the corm. We see a nice rich white color with some darker colors right around the edge. Generally speaking, the color of poi will come from the edge of the kalo, and oftentimes the center is starchy white. See this girl, and she's not working. Call me up. 421-1326. Angeline, I'm watching you, and so is everybody else. Watch, I'll post that. That'll be my TikTok me.
You're so mean.
Just want to let you know, guys, if your teenager thinks you're mean, you're doing a great job. Did you know?
No.
If your teenager thinks you're mean, you are actually doing a great job. To all the moms and dads out there that are suffering with teenagers that think they're mean, I say tonight, have a toast because you're doing awesome. Are you saying your parents are doing terrible? Okay, exactly. Prove my point. Keep your teenager in check. Okay? Otherwise, they give you gray hair. Look my face. I have a knife in my hand. I'm trying not to stab you. Okay?
Trying.
Why is it a problem eating fish without heads, Uncle?
Because two things. Number one, the guy don't learn how to clean the fish or catch them. But then you completely cut off everything the fish fucking taught about. And you can consume and eat all of that ike. Running away from a predator, what for eat, who for make love with. That made him one progenitor and not bait. There was a difference between the guy that you caught and the guy that you never caught. The guy that you never caught got eaten.
Who taught you that, Uncle? Where you get that from?
From Ike, bruh. You read plenty books, hear plenty stories, you know, but then unless you apply them, it's somebody else's Ike and somebody else's story. And if you try them and the thing work, and then you can affirm or deny that Ike, then it becomes yours, yeah? Like, I went try that, the one that was written in the book, that they chant about, that get songs about. And you know what? Wow, it's like super glorious and it worked. Or, Ted the hula fly. And you know what I figure out about that? So sacred, the resource. They don't let you catch them. So sacred, the source. Like hihivai. The hihivai's job in the river is so important that it's too precious for anybody to eat it. That's the truth, man. And for anybody who like taste that, you lucky. That's an indicator of a level 5 river. Yeah. Presence of hihivai, presence of opai and prawns, level 5. You can't get a better river than that. If no more hihivai, then it becomes on level 4. Yeah, well, absent of the one that makes it on 5. You get the prawn, you get the thing, but without this one, you cannot say that, you know what I mean? Like the nutrients and all of the things that make that river is not good enough to support one hihivai population. And everybody thinks it's a river. It's not even a river. It's an ocean that it comes out into. The river opening where it comes out is So crucial. And without that, like Hawaii, you know more the food ike. You're trying to solve a problem with only half the ike. You're only thinking mauka, you're not thinking about makai.
Angie, I need your help. I need you to bring, young man, I need your help too. I'd like you guys come over here and take a look at this fast kind. You see all these taros that are like this? Yeah. I need you guys to go, right there's a shovel. Right there's a shovel. You don't have to touch a taro. I'm just telling you, bro, what we need to do is right there's the shovel. We need to shovel and cover all of these. All right, well, if you cannot touch a taro, that's fine, but you need to help brother out and make sure and point out all the taros so that he knows which to do. And let's cover this one, that one. You see that taro hanging out, those taros over there. We had somebody come through here and was a little bit, maybe they was thinking that they was gonna do them, but they never do them. So now the work is left to the next generation. Sucks to be you guys, or not. You know what, Shane? We eventually, not tonight, but we're gonna have one segment. It's gonna be called Gripes from Living with My Dad and My Uncles. And then this is gonna be our ability to complain about us and maybe make us change in a way that gonna be kind of like, only gonna be funny for you when you tell the truth about us. The only people that we trust to hear the truth is ultimately our children that know us the best, yeah? Yeah, so it's, you know, you're gonna slip in all of those dirty things that like you really wanted to say, but you know your father would lick you if you said them. This is the format to say it, and he's gonna be forced to hear you. Ha 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 ha. Segment called Make Your Father Better. That's right, kids, we need your help, will make us better. Everybody talk about they're doing it for the kids, but you, mister, said you're doing it for the kids. How many kids have you talked to lately? Where you at? All right, guys. We're keeping it silly over here and having lots of fun. That's what food security is about. You know that satisfaction of knowing that you know where every meal is coming from for the next year? Actually, maybe you don't know that feeling. And if you want to know that feeling, come and experience with us what's happening right now. So today, as just part of our recap, I'll tell you, the uncles successfully went through and selected out the mature kalo that were ready to harvest, preserved the rootstock for the next harvest. They're cleaning and preparing the parts of it that are most meant to be eaten for humans, and then returning the remainder of it back to the taro patch to continue to feed our planting cycle. Chevy style fucking hammer 354 Edinburgh carburetors, but his timing is just a little bit off.